Welcome to part 2 of the secret to writing a winning business plan. My name is Albert Forbes and I'll be telling you how to write a winning business plan. I'll also be sharing with you the secret ingredients that must be included in the plan if it is to succeed. Okay, now if you remember in part 1, I outlined the 12 essential aspects that must be included in any winning business plan. In this segment, what we'll do is that we'll expand on the first 4 aspects and we'll have a brief discussion of what needs to be included in those 4 aspects for it to be a winning business plan. Okay? So what I need you to do at this point is to get your pen and paper because we're going to be doing some work right now. Alright? So the first thing we're going to look at and expand is your vision. And what we said was that your vision actually determines the outcome that you'll get eventually. All right? So when we speak of your vision, what I want you to think about immediately is a vision statement. And that vision statement is going to establish what your business is going to look like in 5 years' time. Right? The next, you will come up with a mission statement. The mission statement is a bold and definitive statement about your impact in your business, in your community, and in the society in general. Right? And then third, we're going to look at the guiding principles. These are going to be anywhere from 1 to 12, as many principles as you need, but what they're going to do is establish how you're going to behave as a business. And fourth, we're going to ask you to look at establishing certain objectives for the business. These are going to be specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. Right? What I want you to take from this segment, or what we'll certainly take away as we create the plan, are some clear set of objectives and purposes, really. Because what we're saying is that the clearer you can see your business, all right, today, is what you will actually achieve in 5 years' time, right? The clarity which you can see the business will also determine the amount of energy that you take into the business on a daily basis, all right? So that's the first aspect. The second aspect we spoke about was the legal structure, and the question we asked there was it fit for purpose? Okay, so what we're going to do now is run through what are some of the structures that you can have for your business. The first aspect we look at is you could form your business as a sole trader if you wanted to, or you could make it a partnership, right? It could be a private limited company where it's limited by shares or limited by guarantee. And some of the structures there are not-for-profit and not-for-profit extended into other community organizations or charities, right? You could even be a lot more ambitious and make it a PLC where you're selling shares directly to the public, right? The important thing here is that your legal structure must be consistent with your mission, vision, guiding principles and objectives, right? We'll also explore the fact that you're creating a business and not a job, and we'll see what that looks like. Eventually and ultimately, you want to create a structure that doesn't depend on you to function. So if you go on holiday, it still works, right? And we'll explore that in the full session. Next, we will look at the market, right? We spoke about the 5 forces. What I'm going to do right now is tell you what those 5 forces are as you do your industry analysis. And these forces are critical for you to understand if you're to be successful, certainly in your business, and you must have them in your plan for it to be a winning business plan. Okay, so the first thing you're going to look at is the strength of the competition as you analyze the industry, how strong the competition is. You're going to also look at the power of suppliers. If you set up a business, depending on your sourcing supplier, how strong are these suppliers? Next, we look at the power of the buyers. Maybe you're selling into organization and there is a buyer structure that you need to understand and get through. You need to understand how powerful these buyers are. The next thing we'll explore is the threat of substitute. You launch your product today, you need to have a good sense how quickly the competition is going to replicate it and develop a quick substitute for your product. So that's going to be critical as you analyze the industry. Last but certainly not least, you're going to look at threat of new entrants. How easy is it for people to come into that industry? Because it's also going to determine how easy it is for you to enter that industry. It's the central issue here as you look at your market is you're looking for a market that's highly profitable, right, with high barriers to entry. You're also looking for a market where there are no substitute for your products, where the suppliers are weak, the customers are weak, and there is no competition. Essentially, we're talking about a dream market. It might not exist, but that certainly is the market that you want to be in, right? For the next aspect, we'll look and speak about your product that you're offering. The question there is, what makes it special, right? So what we'll do in this segment is define what it is that you're offering, right, in great detail. We'll explore the value that it has to customers, right? We'll look at how unique the product is that you're offering or service, and we'll also look at what niche that it fits into in the marketplace. The critical thing to remember here is that if you create a product that's similar to the competition, that is of no use to you. You want to create something that's very, very different from the competition, all right? Okay, so now we've come to the end of part 2 of our video, all right? So what you have is more details about the first 4 essential aspects of any winning business plan. What I want you to do right now is again review your plan to see how what I've spoken about fits into your plan, because it must match up if your plan is going to be a winning plan. Okay, so what I'd also like to do before I end this session is to invite you to sign up for my upcoming workshop where we'll explore these in even greater details. I'd also like to invite you back to part 3 where I'll explore aspects 5 to 8 of a winning business plan.